market rep for Monday, December 12th, 2016. Flattish day, a slight pullback today in the markets, anticipating the Fed meeting starting tomorrow. There was $1.1 billion worth of stock to buy at the close, which kind of propped the Dow up a little bit. We're at a record close for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So let's get into it. The Dow Jones Industrials closed up 39.37 points to 19,796.22, or up 0.2%. The Nasdaq Composite closed down 31.96 points. It's a divergent signal here to 5412.54, or down 0.59%. The broad-based S&P 500 closed down 2.58 points to 2256.97, or down 0.11%. Small cap Russell 2000 closed down 15.29 points to 1372.78, or down 1.10%. Going on to some other averages today, the Nasdaq 100 triple Qs closed down 61 points to 4874.30, or down 0.44%. The S&P Midcap 400 closed down 11.31 points to 1681.67, and the S&P Small Cap 600 Index closed down 9.12 points to 848.38, or 1.06%. On a percentage basis, the Midcap closed down 0.67%. And the Russell 2000 closed down 15.37 points to 1372.70, or down 1.11%. The NYSE Composite Index closed down 16.68 points to 11,175.11, or down 0.15%. Looking at the Gold and Silver Index, the XAU closed up 0.23 points to 80.31, or up 0.32%. The SOX Index, the Semiconductor Index, closed down 7.26 points to 885.25, or 0.81%. The VIX, the Volatility Index, closed up 0.86 points to 12.61, or up 7.32%. Now, going back on the VIX for a little bit, it's been going up while the market's been going up, and typically what you see, and we didn't see it in this case, is the market would usually decline. That would be a foreteller of market movement, shall we say. And it hasn't, but because the rest of the market has been down today, aside from the Dow, which obviously broke at a record, it does confirm what's going on in today in this case. Remember, the Dow is just 30 stocks. You want to look at the S&P 500 to get a true estimate how the market is, because that's broader based. It's 500 stocks, in that index. But let's go on to market internals today. On the New York Stock Exchange, total share volume 4.008 billion shares traded, of which 1.467 was advancing, 2.463 was declining. These are billions, and 77 million shares were unchanged. Looking at the Nasdaq stock market, 1.9 billion shares traded in total, of which 599 million were advancing, 1.2 billion were declining, and 24 million were unchanged. Looking at the NYSE market, or AMEX, 143 million total share volume, of which 48 million was advancing, 94 million was declining, and 1.08 million was unchanged. Looking at market breadth today, the advanced decline line on the New York Stock Exchange, 1,099 issues were advancing, 1,942 were declining, and 86 were unchanged. Looking at the Nasdaq stock market, 891 issues were advancing, 1,974 were declining, and 133 were unchanged. Looking at the NYSE market, or AMEX, 135 issues were declining, 198 issues were declining, and 11 were unchanged. Looking at currencies and commodities today. These are all versus the dollar in the currencies. The euro, 1.0637, up 0.0075. The yen, 114.99, down 0.37. My favorite currency, the English pound, 1.2675, up 0.0102. The Australian dollar, 0.7490, up 0.0041. The Swiss franc, 1.0136, down 0.0035. Looking at some selected futures contracts today. West Texas Intermediate crude, last trade on Globex, $52.35, up 85 cents, or up 1.65%. Brent North Sea crude, $55.27, up 94 cents, or up 1.73%. Looking at the price of gold, $1164.30, up $2.40, or up 0.21%. Looking at the price of silver, 17.140, up 17. It's up 0.173 or 17.3 cents, up 1.02%. Looking at equity futures, the Dow Jones Industrial Futures on Globex up 18 points or 0.09%. Looking at the S&P 500 future, 2250.50, down 4.25 points or 0.13%. It just ticked down. It's now down 3 points at 2251.75. These are live quotes. Down 0.13%. And the E-mini Dow, if I didn't give you the index, 19,734. Looking at the 10-year bond, down 1/32 of a point. Yield to maturity, 2.471%. Let's see what's going to happen the next couple of days. Got the Fed meeting coming up, so that's going to be exciting. That might induce some volatility. It will certainly induce volatility into the bond market. Prices dropping and yields climbing as rates start to climb. I hope you found this video useful. If you would, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And please support me on Patreon. And never give up on your dreams. Always find a way, no matter what the obstacle. Thank you. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow.